What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As always, it is appreciated. I'm going to stop you right there and ask you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you are new to the channel, I do completely custom work on my cars. I have a completely custom built 350Z. The 280ZX, that might be the reason why you clicked on this video, is going to be completely custom from the front bumper, the rear bumper, the suspension, the interior, all that stuff. So if any of that interests you, make sure you subscribe, as well as I will be adding a new car to the channel sometime within the next couple months. Could be a Supra, could be a Skyline, GTR, could be a Subaru, could be a domestic car like a Mustang or a Camaro or something of that nature. Who knows? I know, but you know, that's for you guys to find out. But if any of those cars interest you, make sure you leave a comment down below on which one you might want to see, as well as hitting that subscribe button. Leave a like as well for me, guys. I appreciate you. I'll go ahead and stop talking your ear off now. We have some work to do on the 280ZX. It's time to get that front bumper done. I've been working on it way too long. It's custom. Takes a while. I apologize, but let's go ahead and get this finished so I can start tearing out the inside and get the rear bumper done as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do my best to speak as clearly as possible for you guys. It is kind of windy right now, and if the wind catches the mic, it will go ahead and shut off the audio a little bit. So I'm going to do my best, kind of back away. But as you guys just saw, I was sanding down the front. The bottom part where I was sanding down was due to fiberglass kind of, dripping down from where I had laid it, and then it hardening, so I had to smooth all that out. But for the most part, the fiberglass is done. I'll go ahead and take you over there again. If the mic cuts out, I might just put words there so you guys can see what I'm trying to say, because, sadly, there's nothing I can really do about the wind. But I'll go ahead and show you now. So for the most part, the bottom of the air dam is all smoothed out. That part doesn't have to be completely perfect. I can do that later. The main parts that took me forever were making this as smooth as possible. And then the insides here, I had to make sure that these were thin enough that when I open and close the hood, it did not scrape or rub at all. So I'm hoping when I apply the Bondo, it kind of sticks with that and it's not too thick. So I'll have to play that by ear. The other issue that I'm having right now is I cannot find rubber gloves anywhere. AutoZone is all sold out, Home Depot, stuff like that, probably due to the COVID stuff, which is understandable. It just kind of sucks. I do have some on the way that I ordered online, but until those get here, I'm gonna have to figure something out. I have used plastic bags in place of gloves before when I was doing the foam, but that was just spraying and laying fiberglass down, and Bondo is a little different because you actually have to get your hands in there and mess around with it, so I'm not too sure how that's gonna work out if I try that. So we'll have to see. The good thing is I don't need to do anything too detailed with the fiberglass, really just laying it in a spot, and I'll go ahead and it's just this spot right here. Opening and closing the hood kind of took a chunk out from right there, so I got to put it, again, nothing too detailed luckily, just need to put some fiberglass in there, let it dry, so that should be fine. As soon as that fiberglass is in that spot, I can go ahead and start applying the Bondo, and that's really all this needs. The Bondo, I'll go ahead and even off spots between this one and that side to make it perfect. But other than that, the front bumper will officially be done after freaking months of doing this. I know it took way too long, but it's finally getting there. Then I can start tearing apart the inside, start doing the dash stuff I told you guys about in the last video, add the spoiler, start doing work to the rear bumper, and get the motor all cleaned up, taken care of, and get this girl running again. So I have no idea how bad that looked on camera. I actually think I didn't get the first part of that, which sucks, but the parts that it did get, I hope it looked as bad as it was. Using the plastic bags was really terrible, but I mean, it got the job done for the most part. Still got some fiberglass on my hands, but I mean, I got it on there. I'll go ahead and show you. Again, sorry I have to keep coming into the garage just so I can tell you what's going on and then show you, but the wind, I don't you know, want to do as voiceovers as little as possible. Anyways, I'll go ahead and show you how it came out. I'm hoping what I just did doesn't screw up that side on the hood. Either way, I'm going to have to sand it down, but hopefully I didn't do too much, or I'll be able to sand it down enough to where it doesn't cause me more issues than it. So right now my goal is not to get my camera all sticky, but I got that part filled in. I ended up just filling up that spot too, just to make it easier for the Bondo. Again, I'm going to have to sand that down. Hopefully it's not too big of a pain and it doesn't cause me issues to open up the hood. But for now, this is all I can do. I really don't want to start the Bondo until that's all dried, so not quite sure. I might start trying to tear down the inside, or I may start trying to take apart the back, or I may just call it a day. Either way, this video is going to be done within a few days, so not sure. It might even be like a two-parter, so just depends on how long it ends up being while editing. So yeah, either way, stick with me guys on the rest of the video, and we will get the Bondo at least started on this video for sure, and then maybe start on some of the other stuff as well. So it is currently day 2. Fiberglass has dried. I already went and sanded it down. That spot actually looks a lot better than I thought it was going to. You can tell where I put the fiberglass, but once I put Bondo over it, it's not really going to matter. It's kind of the same thing there. This spot right here is a little caved in, but the Bondo will go ahead and fill that space in and then get it all smoothed out. So now that that's done, I can officially start applying the Bondo. So I'm pretty stoked about that. Yaz is currently at work, so I am going to try and push to see if I can get the Bondo done before she does get home. She already saw the design and everything. I wasn't able to do the surprise I told you guys I wanted to do initially, but at least having the Bondo done before she gets home I think would be kind of a nice surprise for her. She's also probably going to give me a hard time because we had an extra TV and I ended up just putting it on her garage so that way I can watch music videos and stuff. Only issue I'm having with the TV right now is I'm going to have to keep turning down the volume whenever music and stuff is on because I don't want to get demonetized, or not demonetized, copyrighted. I really don't care about demonetization right now, but I don't want to get copyrighted, so I'll have to keep turning down the volume on certain spots, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Either way, got all these supplies that I'm going to need here. So I do have a aluminum, I want to say that it's aluminum mixing board. I did it with cardboard before. It wasn't the greatest, and I've heard that you really want to do it with aluminum or some sort of metal instead, so I've made sure that I got that. I got the Bondo ready to go, and on top of that I got a putty knife set. Again, last time that I did this, when I was doing the pieces on my 350 there, what I used is I used a piece of cardboard for this instead, and then I literally ran around finding as many pieces of plastic, like flat pieces of plastic that I could, to work as a putty knife, which, I mean, I got it done, as you guys can tell, but I really want to make sure, especially as this is such a bigger project than that I am applying this correctly. So I made sure that I got everything I need. I'll go ahead and start getting this set up. Sadly, again, I don't have any rubber gloves. I will just have to use my regular work gloves. These guys, luckily, they're only like $5 at Harbor Freight. So I'm going to go ahead and get all this set up and then start playing the Bondo. There is currently a bee somewhere in my garage about that big flying around in here. It is huge. I was going to record it for you, but it went missing, which is a little bit scarier now that I don't know exactly where it is. Either way, I have applied the Bondo to pretty much every bit of this side here. So you can see that side looks a little rough, but I did start applying it on that side. I am currently out, so I will have to go get another can. For those of you that are new to the channel, you might be saying this looks like crap. You would be correct. It definitely does look bad before it looks better, but if you're thinking that, then I implore you to go check out one of my last videos where I made my 350Z bumper more aggressive, because those pieces looked 10 times worse than what that looks like currently, and they came out really good. So you do have to work with it, and if you're wondering why my 350Z is now pulled out, It is a completely different day. The footage from yesterday got a little bit corrupted, as well as I was squinting because apparently the sun was shining too much in my eyes and I didn't want to look like an idiot, so I figured I'd just go ahead and reshoot it. Either way, as stated at the beginning of the video, do me a huge favor, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Definitely come back for part 2 to see what the end product of the 280ZX is going to look like. I've already started doing something else to it, so if you're interested on seeing what it is, definitely come back to the channel. As always, it is appreciated. The more movement that I see on the channel, the more views, the more subscribers, all that, the more money that I'm going to put into it, the more time I put into it. So if you guys want to see more builds, new cars, more content, all that stuff, definitely make sure that you're telling people. Subscribe to the channel. Once again, as always, it is appreciated. Either way, I hope to see you guys in the next one. I hope everybody's staying safe out there, and we'll see you guys.